it's just occurred to me we really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Well, no sense worrying about it now.
Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Yeah. Now let's get ready. Switch me on. I don't think you're crazy.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I think I just fixed it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me start over again. Technology, gotta love it. What's going on, everybody? It's time again for the Ghostheads radio show. I'm your host with the most, Ted, aka Steady, and I got Melissa in the chat says ready to rock and see what kind of updates there are. The Texas Rangers, our buddies up to the north, says can hear you now. Yeah, I know technology just sometimes it's great, sometimes it's bad. We got a great show for you guys. Of course, we're going to be talking about just all the fantastic things that have been happening with Ghostbusters in general, talking about a few movie things that are happening, talking about a little bit about the comic that's coming out in the next couple of months, like the week of the film. I have a kind of a big announcement that I'm a part of. I will bring it up, and I'm going to bring it up like kind of towards the middle or end of the show because it's something happening this week, and I'm very excited about it. And I want to share with you guys just to kind of keep folks in the loop and talk about what we're doing. And I also cannot wait. But first, we want to talk with one of the most active Ghostbuster chapters across the country. They not only participated in the nationwide Ghostbusters toy drive campaign, but they also take the initiative and help arrange Ghostbusters Day each year. And this year, arguably, might quite possibly be the biggest of all time because it is the 40th anniversary. So, no pressure on them. But we got Chris Burns from the Buffalo Ghostbusters. Welcome, Chris. How are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Oh man. I know you guys are incredibly busy and we got a lot to talk about because there is a new campaign activity you guys are doing for Ghostbusters Day that we're going to get to in a bit. But I want to make sure and I follow up with not only you, but I'm following up with other teams about the Ghostbusters toy drive. Couple of like a week and a half ago, we came out and did the results stream with a few chapters, and we did the video with compilation of everybody. And the Buffalo team, you guys had a fantastic toy drive campaign as well. You guys raised over $1,500, which is amazing. And I know there was also like dozens of other toys that you guys had collected. But if you would, Chris, share with me like not only what it means to the group to be a part of like a toy draft campaign, but tell us about your organizations that you guys are collecting for and like why it's so passionate for you guys and why you guys support those groups.
Well, raising money for charitable organizations, particularly kids and toys, is what we're all about. It
Absolutely.
gives us a reason to be Ghostbusters, to go out there, put smiles on people's faces, and be able to just literally hand a toy to a child is amazing. We're not in this to, be famous, anything like that. We're in it to help people. That's why we do
Absolutely.
this every single day. We usually raise money for Toys for Tots. That's our big charity for the year. We also seem to have taken up a new hobby of raising funds for the Hook and Ladder 8 in New York City, but we'll be talking more about that later.
Hmm.
Um, but we'll do events all year long, whether it's a birthday party, a parade, setting up at a Christmas themed haunted house, which we did this year. Just anything we can
Really?
do to collect toys and raise money for kids.
That's amazing. I love that idea. I think that's fantastic. My family, we've always, not always, every other year we'll try and throw together a haunt. I learned that years ago, right? People with like DIY haunted houses call them haunts. So we'll try and put together like a makeshift one, nothing elaborate because my daughter's 4 and she can't handle anything, right? So, just something to kind of get the little ones excited for the holidays and all that. But no, that's fantastic. I think that's a genius idea.
Yeah, it's one of our members is actually part of a small household haunt, the Yard of Terror. We usually set up at their events every October, and I think this year they had like 400 kids show up to that on their kids' day when we were set up. It was crazy. The
Wow.
line was around the corner,
I
and
love that.
that's an entirely free haunted house for his community too. All they do is they ask if you'd like to make a donation to help them keep it going each year.
That's fantastic. Wild idea. I think it's so unique that putting up a haunted house for like a charity type
Hmm.
support is incredible. I bravo whoever came up with that. I think that's fantastic. Chris, I'm gonna take a timeout real quick. Folks in the chat, I know it's been a minute. You've been asking for um, a comeback for my co-host. He's been busy with life and family things. He's recently engaged. He's got a new job, so I told him take all the time you need. Take a little bit of a break, but we're gonna bring him back here. Returning to the Ghost Heads Radio, the one, the only, my partner in crime, Matty B. What's going on, man?
Hey, we're just out here living. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can. I sure can. Raise your camera up a little bit. I don't want to cut your head off too much. If you got a
We'll just,
chance.
it's not going to affect anything, I don't think. Maybe.
Boom. There it
Okay,
is.
cool. Yeah,
There
yeah.
it
We're
is.
in, we're in
Fantastic.
effect.
We're in effect. Welcome back,
What's going
sir.
on, Chris?
Hey, it's a good night to talk about Ghostbusters.
Hey,
Absolutely.
always is.
Always. Always. So, Chris, now let's get into Ghostbusters Day 2024. I all power to you guys because it's the 40th anniversary, and you've already been teasing like we got stuff in the works that we're not allowed to talk about. Don't ask, folks. That's not why we're here. But I'm sure you guys are going to do a fantastic job. The announcements that you've already mentioned, Ghostbusters Day, Saturday, June 8th, at the Hook and Ladder 8, aka Ghostbusters HQ, aka the Firehouse. What are some of the announcements you can talk about so far, and then we'll get into the playing cards activity.
Well, the main event, I don't believe it's any secret. It's going to be at 12 o'clock on June 8th. We're going to get as many Ghostbusters as we can there to help support the Firehouse. Um, we are going to have some celebrity guests. I'm not allowed to talk about who. They told me I can't say anything. So, but if it's anything like last year, we had autographs available. We had an artist show up and give out prints of his work. I don't know if that one's going to happen again. Can't say anything official, but who knows? We have been in talks to potentially have some vendors there as well to help support the firehouse. And we do have to remember this is an active working firehouse, so we can't be too crazy there. Last year, they did get a call during our event and had to take off to handle a fire in New York City. So we have to make sure the real heroes can go and do their jobs.
Yeah,
When
because
it
it's
comes,
also against the law to like block emergency vehicles, so
yeah,
we
so
don't
stuff
want
like
anything
that.
like that happening. Yeah, exactly.
So one of the big things I do have to talk about tonight is the hotel that we have booked for the event. Reservations are now available for June 8th. We're going to be staying at the Holland Hotel. It is in New Jersey. It's just across the street from the Holland Tunnel. It is a super quick trip into New York to see the firehouse. It is a very convenient hotel. I stayed in it last year. It was wonderful. Free parking, which you can't get in the city. And I can't say enough good things about the Holland Hotel. We all had an absolute blast there. I do have to mention they do have a Ghostbusters rate. It's $179 a night. That is about half the price of anything on the island. You have to call for the rate, though. If you book it online, they can't honor the Ghostbusters rate. You have to call their phone number, which is listed on all of the posts we have about it, or it's 201-963-6200 and ask for the Ghostbusters rate. The last numbers I heard, they were about 50% full already for June 8th. And I'm pretty sure that's all us. So make sure you guys call, make sure you book. We want to sell that place out 100% with Ghostbusters.
I completely agree. And kudos to you guys for like thinking about these things, because it's one thing to help organize activities and entertainment, and you guys are awesome for doing that. But going above and beyond to like think about lodging for folks, trying to lock in like a special rate for Ghostbuster chapters and fans that want to participate is absolutely incredible. If anybody wants more information on what Chris just announced about the hotel rate or the date and times and all that, all this information is on Facebook at the Buffalo Ghostbusters. So just go through their post, find the links they have shared. All of that's there. And again, I cannot wait. I don't know where I'm going to be at June 8th, but if there's any chance that I can make a quick trip to NYC, then nobody's gonna be able to hold me back. There's a lot going on in June for our team here in Texas, and so I'm trying to see what's available. Let's put it that way. It's actually been 20 years since I last have been in NYC. I was in New York spring of 2003. So it's been 20 years to me, and I wanted so desperately to go visit the firehouse, but it wasn't available in our itinerary. So I was bummed out completely. But I need to go back and I need to go check it out. And I'm probably just gonna, I don't know, fall to my knees and start weeping at the sight of the majestic firehouse. I don't know how I'm gonna react, but I can't wait to see what Ghostbusters Day is gonna turn out like. Now, Chris and the entire Buffalo team have come up with a brand new, somewhat brand new idea, right? It's sort of a different idea that they've had in the past, but I wanted him to come out here and talk about it in case there are some teams that have not heard. So, Chris, if you will, please talk about the Ghostbusters franchise playing cards that you guys are currently working on.
About this time last year, I came up with an idea. And it was actually a family gift someone gave me, that it was a custom playing card deck. They had a custom picture on the back of it. I thought, oh, that's cool. Went about my day. And then I remembered the Calgary Ghostbusters putting together their calendar the year before. And suddenly my brain just, there we go. I have an idea. What if we put a bunch of Ghostbusters on cards, get 52 different teams to be represented? Could be a wonderful charity item. I pitched the idea to Dan Liebert, the de facto leader of the Buffalo Ghostbusters, and he could not believe he didn't think of it himself. Worked with him in the background over the course of a handful of weeks because I wanted to pitch this to the rest of our team. And I thought of an even better way to do that than just sending them a picture. I made a custom card deck for each member of our team. So they all have one of these guys, a deck where each individual card is a different picture or logo from our organization as a bit of a personal gift.
That's amazing.
If anybody was walking around the Holland Hotel during Ghostbusters weekend last year, you could have potentially found us playing with these cards, even though we were trying to keep them secret still. And everyone instantly just loved the idea, and we had to fine tune it a bit to make it as widely available as possible. Originally, it was going to be photos of each team, but we realized that is something that could get stale very quickly.
Yeah.
But if we put logos on the cards instead, every team's going to want their logo on them. And with a little cheat sheet we're going to include with the cards, it adds additional games to it because you can play who's this franchise? Where are they from?
Ooh.
With these card decks, there's going to be a sheet that'll have the card number, card suit, the team, and where they're from. And that way you can be, guessing game. It could be educational. You could have it at your booth and try and teach people about Ghostbusters franchises worldwide. In fact, I believe in the chat here we've got one of the teams that I've seen on the banner we've made for this, the Texas Rangers division. Hopefully, you guys can win and be on the deck. The way we're going to run the contest is on February 1st. We're going to be posting a picture of each of the teams of their logo of each of the teams that entered, and it's going to be a like contest. It's going to be a friendly competition. We've got a few rules to follow. Basically, be friendly. We don't want any drama llamas.
Yeah.
We all want this to be a fun contest.
Absolutely.
The 50 teams with the most likes will get their logo forever emblazoned on a card for this deck of cards.
I love the idea.
I think it's a fantastic way to bring all of the franchises together. These decks will be available shortly before Ghostbusters Day. We're not positive on the timing yet. We still have to work out, that exact feature, but we will be announcing that at a later date once we've got it all set up.
Two things. Number
Mhm.
one, I respect you guys because as somebody who's worked with manipulating and putting together a picture of Ghostbuster chapter logos, it is quite time consuming and very difficult. I've had to up my Photoshop skills tremendously to make it work. So respect to you guys. Number two, if any chapters out there already have a shocking test device that Venkman used at the beginning of GB1, that'd be a great hey, which Ghostbuster chapter is behind this card? And if you get it wrong, zzz, that kind of a thing. So just throwing the idea out there. Fantastic.
10-meter caliber prod will also work too.
Can you turn down the voltage on that, or is that just like a one standard thing? I'm inquiring minds want to know. Well, Chris, it's a tremendous idea, man. Ghostbuster chapters across the country. If you guys again want more info, this is all right there on the Buffalo Ghostbusters Facebook page, and all the updates I'm sure are going to be coming through their main Facebook page, and we all can't wait for Ghostbusters Day 2024, June 8th, the 40th anniversary. Lots of surprises in store. A lot of stuff Chris is not allowed to talk about for his own safety. We're not going to mention it here or get him in any trouble. But Chris, man, thank you so much for not only all the stuff that you guys are doing for Ghostbusters Day, but I want to thank you guys personally again for being a part of the toy drive. I know it's like a frantic sort of thing to do and to count things and send info and all that, but thanks again to you and the rest of the Buffalo team. You guys are awesome, and if luck should have it, maybe myself or Maddie B will go see you guys up in NYC pretty soon.
We absolutely would love to see that. Just so you guys are aware, if you need directions, things like that in New York City, Buffalo Ghostbusters is actually not who you want to talk about. We're about 6 to 7 hours from the city, depending on how you drive. So
Gotcha.
the New York City Ghostbusters, though, are happy to help if anybody's trying to plan trips. In fact, I've heard rumors that they may be doing their tour again after Ghostbusters Day. So that was a
Ooh.
very fun walking tour last year. We walked through a bunch of locations from of the film with 150 Ghostbusters, including going on the subway with 150 Ghostbusters, full outfits, full proton packs. That was quite the experience last year.
What a sight to behold! And a shout out to Ryan, who I remember he's a like a certified tour guide. So yeah, I that would be incredible if they can pick that back up and get and put something on along those lines. That'd be great.
I've heard rumors. I just can't confirm anything on that one.
All right, don't get yourself in trouble now, Chris. You can't go out and spoil any announcements. So yeah. Well, Chris, thanks again, man, for jumping on tonight. I know you guys had just announced this today, so it was like a quick turnaround. But anything that we can do to help you out, man, don't hesitate to reach out. And good luck to you guys on planning the rest of Ghostbusters Day. I already know it's going to be a huge success, so do not stress yourself out as much. It's all going to work itself out. You know what I mean? And thanks again, man, for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey,
Okay?
not a problem. Hope to see you there.
Alrighty. I'm gonna get caught up on this chat real quick because I there's a bunch of comments flowing in. Some of them are some of them. Matt's comment is probably not gonna put that on here, or I might. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Jamie Hodges, report all ghosts is in the chat. What's going on, sir? Good to see you again. Melissa Hanna says one of the locals women's shelters does a charity haunted house. Really? That'd be cool to look into. Texas Rangers mentioned while Chris was talking. That's the whole point of putting on the proton pack. That's right. Why do we carry around 30 to 40-pound nuclear accelerators? It's to put smiles on kids' faces and support good causes. Kevin's in the chat saying, I wish I could go there for my first time. I'm with you, man. I want to see the firehouse in person. Jamie asks, live music by Bobby Brown. Barker unconfirms, unofficially. I heard Bobby Brown will be there, Jamie. Rangers might be there. Ooh, over at the Holland Hotel. Fantastic. Awesome. Pac-Man's in the chat. What's going on, Pac-Man? It's good to see you, brother. Jamie says this deck is my number one Christmas boutique gift item. Also the man-eating toaster, of course. Let's see here. South Dakota GBs has a shock box. Well, there you go. Playing cards would be good. I'll keep getting into the chat. Maddie B, I'm gonna tell everybody. I've already told you over the phone, but I'm gonna tell you again now, man. Congrats on the engagement. You and I haven't seen each other like this since you've gotten engaged. So if you're in the chat, make some noise. Congrats to my partner in crime. We've known each other. Has it been 2 years? Right? It's been a little over 2 years now, and you and your now fiance are just the best people, man. And so I could not be happier for any two people. You're absolutely perfect for each other. You guys are the definition of like ride or die, I think. And that's just the way I see it. Um, you want to tell us how you did it or no? Was it in a ghost trap? Did you step on the pedal and the ghost trap opened up and out popped a ring? Is that what happened? Is that what happened? You can
I
talk now.
can't. Oh, okay. I was gonna say the host muted my mic. I wasn't able. No, but thank you very much. It's been good. It's been a long time coming. Not much of a surprise. 7 years in the making. Almost felt as if I was waiting for another Ghostbusters movie to come out after two, but it didn't take that long. And but yeah, here we are. No, yeah, it's been good. Kind of got to get back into some grown man business, and so it's been tough because I'm still a child at heart, but definitely taking care of the planning and all this stuff and the money, and I hate it. I love her, but I hate the planning and all this stuff. It's annoying.
Are
But
you shooting for this year? You guys shooting for like 2025?
no, she wants to do some sort of what is they called? A palindrome. I think it's
I
two
don't know what that
25,
is.
25, two
Oh,
5, like something like that.
no, I got you, but I don't know what would go with 2025.
May 5th, 2025. 25, 25.
Yeah, because it's
No,
got to.
December 5th. Yeah, December 5th. I don't know.
Somebody in the chat help us out.
Something like that. But honestly, if you notice, I don't have a proton pack anymore. And I haven't been on
Well, you're
stream
making
to talk about
yours.
how that happened.
But you're making yours, right?
Well, I
That's
mean,
why you don't
kind
have one
of.
right now,
No, I don't have one because I I like to wear my proton pack out,
right?
and I will just do it on a random day.
Yeah.
The problem is that people, when you go to bars or these other things, they get real handsy with it. They just broke my whole thing. I mean, they just broke it. It's sitting over here in basically pieces
Oh
because
my
everyone's
god.
taking off the wand, and then they pull the stuff off the kit, and I couldn't find a way to get it fixed, and I'm pretty upset about it. So if anybody wants to donate to my new proton pack fund, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to throw a GoFundMe, but it's gone. It's gone forever, and I put a lot of work into that. Ted, you know that.
I do know that. If anybody could make it come back to life, it's you or your Yellow Rose friends over there in Houston. I feel
It
like
made me want it. Honestly, that experience made me want to give up doing the whole thing altogether.
see, you didn't tell me about. I think when you mentioned this, you didn't convey how much damage it was, and so
It's a
that
lot.
is
It's a lot. I mean, it's
heartbreaking.
broken. I
That is
mean, it's torn
heartbreaking.
off the Alice frame. Um, I mean, and they were being like they thought they were being nice. Like it wasn't like they were bullying me around or anything. They were really excited, but it's just they were being kind of rough with the pack itself. So
That's
that's what it
unfortunate.
is. Yeah.
Who are these folks? We need to like put one of those. You got a picture of them? We'll put a photo on here. Be like, internet, find these people. We need to charge them for the damages.
Yeah, yeah, it upset me. That was my baby, but we're in the process of printing a new one. But that's a whole endeavor on its own. I mean, making sure the files are right, making sure it's printing on time, and all this stuff. It's actually really difficult. I thought it would be as simple as push and play, but it's not quite that simple. I've went through a few runs already, and it's not quite up to snuff. I think I might just go Spirit again, and then hit up our boy Robert at Franken Geek and see what's going on.
Before you do anything like that, Rob over here in SA, he's got like some gigantic 3D printer now, so he's printing out entire proton packs these days. So might want to just like reach out, and if you need anything, reach out to him first. You're getting congrats all in the chat, so yeah, everybody's thrilled for
Yeah,
you, man.
it's funny. Everyone's congratulating me on the engagement, and all I want to do is bitch about my proton pack. I haven't been able to talk about it to anyone who cares, but you guys understand. That's like the OG Spirit 80% pack. That's a collector's item. That's something, especially for folks of our heart. That's something that matters. Is it was completely redone and done up well, and you know, sad RIPs in the chat. RIPs.
RIPs, spam F in the chat, boys. Jamie says, yeah, this is exactly why. When is it Winston that says, "Sorry, the proton pack is not a toy"? Is it Winston who says that, or is it Dan? It's Dan Aykroyd.
No, it's
Is it Ray?
Egon that says that, I believe. Bobby
Somebody says that.
Brown. They're walking into the hotel. He said, "Hey, can I get a proton pack for one of the boys?" I believe it's Egon who says the proton pack is not a toy.
And then somebody else responds after him, right? He's right. Anyways, Egon said that. There you go. We're gonna go with that. Egon says that. Yeah, there you go. Dan and Harold, Kevin says. That's why the Rangers say no touching rule with our equipment. Yeah, man. That's heartbreaking and frustrating, and I don't know what I would I don't know what I would do if somebody broke my proton pack in public. I I would not react well. So you're, oh, I can't imagine what you went through, dude. I wish I was there to help you out, or I don't know, man. I feel bad now.
Yeah, no, I didn't react very well. But I mean, obviously, I'm a grown man, so I was very frustrated. So I just called the Uber and got home, and then I immediately tried to fix it. I don't know if I was in the state of mind to fix it, so I was like, okay, wait, I'll wait till the morning. And then I woke up in the morning like, you know what, I got this, right? I've done this before. I put it together the first time. And I mean, it would take so much soldering work and everything to try to get the kit back together. I didn't want to pull another favor from Frank and Geek, and I didn't have the cash on hand at the time to be like, I can drop this just on a proton pack. So then I picked it up over my head and I slammed it on the ground, and I said I'm going to print one, and that hasn't been working out either. So again, the GoFundMe link will be in the chat after this, and so if anyone wants to help me get a new proton pack, or because I'm going to be out of commission until that happens, because I give credit to all the cosplayers in the world. If you can't afford a proton pack, you just want to go into your jumpsuit, by all means go do it. But once you put that proton pack on, it does not feel the same.
We're going to come out with all the ideas we can for you, sir. I'm talking GoFundMe, OnlyFans,
OnlyFans.
Cameo.
Hey, I know Jamie will be in on that OnlyFans idea. I think we should do a Ghostbusters OnlyFans.
Hey!
Assless
Oh,
chaps, you know, sexy
just
poses, you
just
know.
like slow motion videos of like a wand like spinning and stuff like that. Like
Oh yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
seriously, just like great
See,
shots. James in the chat
Jamie,
says, finally.
yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, I love
We
it.
should do it, Jamie. Hit me up on the side. We'll get this thing going.
Oh, a Slimer OnlyFans. Nobody steal that idea. It's just gonna be
Well, he's got it.
Slimer merchandise.
Well,
Like
he's got that. He's got that jiggle. You know what I'm saying?
he's got that cake, and everybody talks about it. Nobody can stop talking about that Slimer cake. You know who you are out there.
Yeah,
This
he's
guy
got
right
these.
here. That guy right
Yeah,
there.
wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby.
Oh, Paxton, when he came down, since San Antonio without the pack, it was not the same. No, we completely agree. Uh-oh. I don't even want to click on this link, busterdudes.com. I don't know what's
Yeah,
gonna
not
pop
doing
up,
that.
and I'll do that off stream. I don't want to get what's it called? Shut down by Facebook here.
Yeah,
Slimer is the OG glizzy.
that's
He
true.
absolutely
That's a
is.
fact.
100%. Earlier in the chat, we had some folks talking about the new Magnoli Engineer Corps flight suits. These were the black suits that were teased a long time ago by us a little bit. We actually talked about these before the trailer was released, and now Magnoli, who does pretty much everything, they know our fan base. They're going to come out with the Engineer Corps flight suits. They are black officially, and they look fantastic. When we brought them up before the first trailer had dropped, um, we had mentioned that Lucky and James Castor's Pinfield, right? We brought that up. Pinfield's going to be part of this engineer core group, and I'm sure it might expand later on. And there's also talks about like international chapters for future films, which I always mentioned was like a great idea. First, start out with the UK. Need my man. Need the guys from Hot Fuzz to be in that team. It only makes sense. Then maybe like an Australian team. That'd be kind of fun, right? And we'll kind of go from there. What are your thoughts on the engineer core of the flight suits? I told Station 580 they were ahead of the curve. Station 580, if you're watching, they've always had the black flight suits, and now movies are just imitating life.
Yeah, I mean they're cool. It's a black version of the other one. I mean they make quality suits. Don't get me wrong. It's just um, I've had to like actually like slow down how many Ghostbusters page I follow because I scroll it for 2 days and all I see is like people talking about the same thing. I'm always excited about Magnolia doing something, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna wear the research and developer jumpsuit. I'm gonna keep it classic with the classic.
I'm down. I'm also with the classic stuff. There's been no new photos since the Empire article's been out, so we're not going to reshare all the photos. Is there anything that kind of jumped out at you with any of the on-set stills that were released by Empire? If you want me to pull up any of them, I have them right here.
No, I haven't. I haven't too, and I've seen them. I don't know, nothing crazy. I mean, I saw that they upgraded the walkie talkies, which is interesting. Um, obviously there has to be some sort of an upgrade. And I did see that Ghostbusters News had to release a thing where it's like, this is an actual ham radio. So, like, be careful about how you use this thing. Um, I just want to make sure that they don't slimer us like in a super fan servicey way. And I know that that's also a cliche thing to say about fan service, but I just make them useful. I don't want it to be like they just come around the corner and they're a Slimer. And, I hope they actually utilize him in the show. Like, because I heard that it was going to be a lot of inspiration from the animated series. And in the animated series back then, when they made cartoons, there was always an animal character or in this instance, a ghost character who sort of helped the team. And like whether that's a Scooby Doo or whatever, you can go back and in the real Ghostbusters, Slimer was kind of the Scooby Doo, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I'd like to see him actually utilize him. I do like the way he looks. I like him, Paul Rudd, that image of Paul Rudd where he's like um, inspecting the containment unit
You
after
can see the
everything's
back of
obviously
it.
frozen over.
Yeah.
Um, which is probably obviously him just going down there to be like, okay, hopefully whatever just happened didn't release anything that's in here. Um, so we'll see. I like the images. I think they look cool. I don't know that everybody needs to be a Ghostbuster. You know, I could do without Carrie Coon in the Ghostbuster fit. Um,
Ah, what?
yeah, what's the point of that? She couldn't even figure out how to
She's
step on a trap.
maybe she
Um,
is Spangler's daughter. Like she's almost like the first heir to join. You know what I mean?
but Brett Favre has a daughter too. She doesn't play quarterback. All I'm saying is,
But can she throw? That's the question we should be asking. Can she throw it
um,
50 yards? She might. She probably can.
I don't know. I just don't know if I want a whole bunch of people in the flight suits. I kind of do like the idea of like that small team that bands together and sort of makes it through. Adding so many personalities into it kind of changes that for me. So I'm not saying that my mind can't be changed on it, but I kind of like it, to a 4-person team, maybe 5. But um, once you're adding in kids and then the mom, and then there's going to be like mom and kid drama between the bust and all that. It's like I'd kind of just like to get to the business. You know what I mean?
This is the business, right?
No, that's 100%
Yeah.
the business.
The business.
But again, I don't know that I need a Janine in a suit either.
You know,
Um,
there's always going to be things that we never knew we needed, probably. And seeing Janine Annie Potts in a flight suit is something that I never knew that I needed. Um, I think she looks fantastic. Who knows exactly what she's going to be doing in the movie, but I just hope she gets her 5 minutes of fame, much like the OGs. I hope everybody gets their 5 minutes of fame, but my expectations are low on the exact amount of screen time they're going to have, despite the fact that we see Dan in a lot of the trailer. Just hoping for the best, man. Anything is good because we went through the dark ages of like no movies for quite a while. So I feel like this is just 1,000% of what we've been getting for decades, man. This just riding high right now. Right
I
now is
love
the
that. I love that Bill is still refusing to put the proton pack on. Um, it's pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, this looks like an all hands on deck situation. Like this looks like them like this is all hands on deck sort of scenario. The car is obviously leaving the garage, meaning there's busters in there, and there's other busters leaving. And it looks like the car's leaving the firehouse, but they're running back into the firehouse. I don't know. If this is a still from the movie. I
You
mean, does
think
it make
it's
sense? I mean,
um
because they look superimposed next to the car, but also the car is obviously leaving the garage with lights on, and they're running back into the garage.
well, here's my question. Is the car leaving? Doesn't it almost look like it could be somewhat spiritually possessed? Isn't that something we would want to see, like, in not this movie, but any movie? Is like, what happens when you possess the car? Which has happened in the cartoon.
No, yeah, that has happened. It looks like it's screech. It looks like it's hauling ass out of there. It looks like it's squealing tires the hell out of there because of the smoke. To me, it looks like it's getting ready to haul ass.
It looks
Um,
like those spirits when they bust out of the containment unit. Like, that's what's taking over.
yeah, maybe I don't know. It's I don't know. This image doesn't really make any sense to me. I do love. I mean, I think Ray looks great. I think Winston looks great. Um, Bill again, sort of half-ass running, doesn't want to put the proton pack on, which is sort of his character. And then you have Janine there. They look like they're afraid of something.
Yeah, they look terrified. Jamie's in the chat saying, rumor, trailer towards the end of the month. Take with a grain of salt. I mean, honestly, because we didn't get it last week or the week before with the Empire release, I'm kind of betting on Super Bowl Sunday. Like, why not? Because that's going to be the most talked about trailer. Deadpool can't release a trailer that quick. They just wrapped today, I think, or yesterday. So if they drop a Ghostbusters trailer on Super Bowl Sunday, I think it's a shoo-in for the most talked about trailer of that day. I suspect Slam will serve his intended role in GB2, says Jamie. Trevor B. Plot. Gunner's in the chat saying, hello, boys. Yeah, Pack agrees. Everyone is scared, so it could be possessed. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, and that'd be cool. Can I also drop some rumors? And I don't want anybody to get mad at me when I do this. This is just rumors. If you repeat this, you didn't hear it from me.
Babies can leave the chat. We're all grown ups here.
All right, here we go. Rumors, and then before we finish the stream, I also have a big announcement that I'll say. But first, the rumor. Rumor is the runtime for the movie is just under 2 hours. I can't say exactly what I heard. I'm going to say just under 2 hours, which feels like the right way to go. An hour and a half would be too short. It would feel like we would breeze through it. Anything longer, you might get too long, trying to keep our attention spans invested. So what I've been hearing is it's just under 2 hours. So I'm willing to go with that. New trailer is imminent. I'm betting on Super Bowl Sunday because we haven't gotten it yet. And that's all I'll say about that. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say anything I can't. You know how it is, man. You really know. Just afraid to say anything. Here's the last thing I'll say. And this is just complete theory by me, right? Big time jump, obviously, because of the comic book that's coming out in a couple of weeks. Sorry, and in the week of the release, the Back in Town Ghostbusters comic from Dark Horse. They said it's a 1.5 year time jump. So I think by the start of this movie is the chase scene from the trailer. I think Ghostbusters HQ, the firehouse is already set back up. The guys are already rocking and rolling. The family is already, good about busting. There's no training involved, is what I'm saying. This is not an origin story. We're picking up when everybody's efficient. They know what they're doing. And so that's how the movie starts off. I think Kumail's character is probably the one that finds this artifact that releases Garaka, right? I don't know if he owns a house that has this hidden stuff in it, or maybe he's like house sitting and he finds that artifact, releases Garaka, calls in the team, something bad happens, and the spirit is released, and then all hell breaks loose after that. I don't want to guess any further because I'm just a fan here and I'm good with what they do after that. But it's just what it feels like is that we're not going to be setting up anything. We're just going to get thrown to the world where the Ghostbusters, we're back. And I love that thing. Don't waste any time, building up how we got here. Just give it to us. And I love it. Pack says
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings was good, but way too long.
yeah.
What are you going to say?
I'd agree with that. I mean, let's just kind of jump into the world. I mean, they already technically this team already beat Gozer, so I mean, it's like they kind of know what's going on. So I mean, like they know how to use the equipment and that sort of thing. And obviously, Phoebe is going to be headstrong on increasing their technology and with the money Winston can put in, I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's going to make sense. I just hope that some ghost heads don't get frustrated with leaps in technology they might not be prepared for. Um, we've also seen drones,
Yeah, that's official now. It's
um,
on the Empire cover. We can talk about it.
and I mean that's something I brought up. If you pull back some old Ghost Heads radio stuff, we were talking about just prop building. Um, I wanted to build something like that, and there were some people in the chat like, "Oh no, 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 no."
They listen, and they know what's up, and they're like, "Hey, that's a good idea. We should put it in the movie." There you
Yeah,
go.
why can't you trap them from the top just like you can from the bottom? But um, yeah, no, I hope they just hop right into it. The R&D team, I don't know.
You got to do it because we need an Egon character. We don't have that. Ray's very good, but he can't build new tech like
But
Egon could.
that's Phoebe.
Yeah, but she also hasn't even gone to a college university. Like she's on that trajectory, but I feel like to have a little bit more grounded in realism, you bring in a cat who just knows his stuff and adds a new dynamic to the character. You kind of want to fill in that Egon space. And Phoebe's great as a younger version, but fill it in with an Egon type character and really round out the cast. I think it's good. James Acaster is the Lucius Fox. Batman had Lucius Fox. There's certain stories where Batman didn't create any of his gadgets. He had the Morgan Freeman in the Nolan movies, right? Built everything, and so you have your Ghostbusters team, and you have your Lucius Fox who builds all the gadgets and all that good stuff. Jamie says, I suspect the magazine is misleading. There's got to be a cold start. All three films have had one so far. I agree. There's footage from the past in the trailer. We might see Garaka's earliest attack that Patton later references how Garaka gets in the orb? Question. They don't go too far advanced because they still have the old packs. They are old, but we do see them modded right later in the movie. So you definitely have somebody who can like figure them out and tinker with them.
They're
And
definitely modded,
and the
I mean
traps modded.
we've seen stills of like the R&D department working with the slime blowers and everything. The newest Hasbro Kids toy that came out functions a lot like the Spengler wand, where it has multiple functions as opposed to just a proton stream. I would expect the packs do not function like the old packs. They will still throw the stream because you have to have that sound in the cinema and that blue and red light show in on the screen. But I think the packs will serve much other function. Why would you need another bumper? The wiring is completely different. The ion arm is twisted. The barrel has changed. I think there's going to be a lot of different things that this pack is going to be able to do.
And I did tease it in our last stream or the one before, But there is something I learned about the movie that they've not talked about, they've not shown in the magazine or the trailers, and I can't say what it is because then I'll definitely get in trouble. But they're going to advance the technology more than we anticipate. And I when I mentioned this, I said kind of resembles some stuff they've done in the games. I'm not gonna say which game, but it resembles some stuff they've done in the games in the past. So look for the technology to become a little bit more advanced. Okay, we got to jump off because we have a team that's got an interview coming up later on. Also, check out our wrestling show commentary show in about an hour. They're gonna be talking about the Royal Rumble. Here is my big announcement that I've been talking about. Tomorrow, I'm headed up to Austin, Texas. There is an exclusive party that's being thrown by the Chive. If you know who they are, you know what they're all about. And there's going to be it's a kind of a private party. It's going to be on this old Western set that is west of Austin. And there's going to be a very important master of ceremonies that's hosting the entire event. The host of the event is going to be none other than Bill Murray himself. He frequents Austin a lot. He actually has business tie-ins with this group, and he's going to be hosting this event tomorrow night in Austin. I'm going to do the absolute best I can to get full coverage of this event, to get you all the footage of Bill that I'm able to, and I can't wait. He's been Venkman is a hero of mine as much as he is probably a lot of you out there. My entire mantra since 84, 85 has been call it fate, call it luck, call it karma. But I believe everything happens for a reason. And this is no different than that. So be on the lookout next week. My follow up to the party with Venkman himself, Bill Murray, in Austin, Texas. For the Ghostheads radio show, my name is Ted, aka Steady. Joining me, almost as always, my partner in crime, the recently engaged Matty B.
Thanks, guys. It was fun. Kind of hopping back into the saddle here. So we'll see what's coming up next. And again, that GoFundMe link is coming your way.
OnlyFans, Ghostbuster OnlyFans, coming soon,
Yeah,
guys.
OnlyFans.
Our coverage for Frozen Empire starts now. The next couple of weeks, couple of months, we're gonna be talking to crew. We're gonna be talking to a lot of folks behind the scenes and around the movie and doing things. So we'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a great night. We love you all. Thanks for watching.